gang. Welcome to another episode of JP Infinity. Us talking through customs and collecting, collecting customs and photography. We will be comparing 2.75 Deadpools, which came out with XMO Origins holding XMO. I posted this in the Marvel Philippines group, asking a question: which one is the original and which one is a knockoff? So the answer to that question, which is the original and which one is a knockoff. Hey Edwin. Hey. So if we look closer, hey Gab. If we look closer, this one has darker joints, while these two other ones have almost the same color. Okay, this is the first one of the things you notice with the knockoff of versions or the overruns. The knockoff or overrun versions, the joints have the same color. There's almost the same color. The original ones have a darker colored joint. You notice the deltoids also look a bit different. Much more round, fine. Unlike the knockoff, you see some misshapes. So you can see the comparison. Here you go. Also, the musculature is much better here in the original than it is with knockoff. Okay. The quickest way to see if it's an original or a knockoff is they say there's a tiny hole in the gun holster. So if you look there, see that tiny hole, while the original one doesn't have it. Let's look at the other supposed knockoff. There you go. There's also a hole in this one. Almost exact same spot. Let's see. So these ones are the knockoffs. Alright. So you wouldn't notice it, but the paint application is also different. There you go. That tiny hole in one of the pockets, it's much more pronounced than the ones from the knockoffs. Look closely. These two are knockoffs, and this one is an original one. Holes are different. There you go. See, the holes are shallower than the original version. Okay, so those are the things you have to look out for. Okay. Another thing you should notice is the head sculpt. Let's check out the original one. You can see like the contours on the face are much more pronounced, unlike the ones from the knockoff versions. Sculpt on the head, not not pronounced, unlike the original one. See the difference of the sculpt. So it's a copy. Same with the details on the shoulder pads. The level of detail on the shoulder pads. Let me put this down first. There you go. See detail. See the detail. Much cleaner than from the knockoffs. Again, the deltoids cleaner. It's more round with the original one, unlike the knockoff. You have imperfections in the deltoids. Alright, again, important joints have a different color. Probably because the joints are made out of a tougher plastic, unlike the knockoff versions. The joints are of this almost the same color, or the same color as the base body. See, the joints on the original one are darker. These ones, knockoff ones, are lighter. Alright, what are the other differences? Again, the first thing you can spot is the hole. There's a tiny hole in the knockoff versions. Here we go. Those are the tiny holes, while the original version from the XMO packaging have no holes. The sculpt is cleaner. There you go. Apparently, we'll compare the weapons as well. Although both are soft, this one is from the original. This one is from the overruns or knockoff. You can see the rifle is much softer, bends more, unlike the original one, which is a bit sturdier than the knockoff versions. All these are the size, which look a bit oversized for 3.75 figures. Swords are a lot flimsier as well, and bend easy and get out of shape in the knockoff versions as compared to the original versions. Though the material bends, but it mostly keeps its shape, unlike the knockoff versions. Leave it bent for too long and it will stay that way. Okay, let's compare the pistols. Okay. Again, the pistol of the knockoff versions are a lot softer, more rubbery, compared to the pistol from the original version, which is actually kind of hard. Okay, so these are the few things you have to spot. These are the few things you have to spot if you wanna check if your figure is an original or a knockoff. Okay, well, both have markings, but I gave you some of the things that you have to watch out for if you want to spot a knockoff from the original one. Well, that's it for now. You can comment if you notice any other differences from the original and the knockoff versions. You can help fellow collectors spot the difference, and maybe they can avoid getting the knockoffs if they're not inclined to get the knockoffs, or they might pay the same price as the original ones, so we avoid scams. But overall, the knockoff version isn't bad. It's almost of the same quality. The plastic's just a bit different, and the paint application's not perfect, but if you do a lot of play or toy photography, knockoff's good. Knockoff's not bad. Well, that's it for now. And again, this is another episode of JP Finity, toy collecting, customs, and photography. See you guys again soon when we unbox the new Guardians of the Galaxy box set, courtesy of one of our sellers, Jet Silva. Thank you.